On our website, you can get PDF learning materials for free. Please visit englist.me.
Fiscal.
Relating to government revenue and expenditures, relating to financial matters.
Examples:
Fiscal policy. Fiscal year. The government is facing a fiscal crisis due to high levels of debt.
Cliff.
A steep rock face, especially one at the edge of the sea or a river.
Examples:
A bold cliff. Cliff diving. He stood at the edge of the cliff and looked out to sea.
Absolutely.
Without restriction or limitation, completely or utterly.
Examples:
Absolutely against. Absolutely obsessed with the girl. I am absolutely opposed to his idea because of morality.
Resolve.
To find a suitable answer to the problems or difficulty.
Examples:
Resolve a dispute. Resolve the computer error. This company resolves its battery problem completely.
Incentive.
Something, such as a punishment, reward, etc., that encourages a person to do something.
Examples:
Financial incentives. An incentive to work hard. They have no incentive to win the game.
Negotiation.
The process of discussing and reaching an agreement with others.
Examples:
Negotiation process. Negotiation skills. The negotiation between the two countries was a delicate and complex process.
Frenzy.
A state of wild, uncontrolled excitement or activity, often characterized by chaotic or irrational behavior.
Examples:
Frenzy of activity. Buying frenzy. The shoppers were frenzied to get the best deals on Black Friday.
Partisan.
Biased or prejudiced in favor of a particular cause, group, or political party, displaying strong support or allegiance to a particular side or viewpoint.
Examples:
Partisan politics. Bridge partisan differences. Her partisan beliefs made it difficult for her to consider opposing viewpoints.
Economy.
The system by which a country or region produces, manages, and distributes goods and services, including the money and finances involved in these activities, of an airline, the lowest priced, most basic option for seating in commercial travel.
Examples:
Economy of scale. Economy class. The economy of the country is struggling due to the recent political instability.
Verge.
The point at which something is about to happen or where something begins, the edge or margin of something, particularly a physical boundary or border.
Examples:
Verge of bankruptcy. On the verge of tears. He stood on the verge of a major discovery.
Collapse.
To fall down or give way suddenly, often after breaking apart.
Examples:
The stock market collapsed. Ready to collapse. The roof finally collapsed after 3 days and 3 nights of heavy snowfall.
Statistics.
The discipline that concerns the collection, organization, analysis, interpretation, and presentation of data.
Examples:
Statistics for cancer. Official statistics. The statistics demonstrate that poverty and unemployment are genuine problems.
Define.
To state or explain precisely the nature, scope, or meaning of something.
Examples:
Define a word. Define my position. To advance this discussion, we must define success rigorously.
Buck.
A male deer, a unit of currency, especially the US dollar, a sudden jolt or movement, a young man, verb, to resist or oppose something, such as an authority, trend, or convention.
Examples:
Buck the trend. Extra buck. I spotted a majestic buck with large antlers standing at the forest's edge.
Primer.
A book or manual giving basic information about a subject, often used as an introduction or means of instruction. A type of paint or other material that is applied to a surface before the final coat of paint or finish is applied.
Examples:
A primer coat. Computer science primer. I need to apply primer to the walls before painting them.
Refreshments.
Small snacks or drinks provided to guests or participants at an event, typically to satisfy hunger or thirst temporarily.
Examples:
Appetizing refreshments. Buffet refreshments. The hotel offers complimentary refreshments for guests in the lobby.
Slope.
A surface with one end or side that is higher than the other.
Examples:
An abrupt slope. Slide down a slope on a ski. The hut stands on the slope of a mountain.
Austerity.
The state or condition of being stern, rigid, or uncompromising, or being simple or plain, an economic policy or measure that seeks to reduce government spending and debt.
Examples:
Impose austerity. Economic austerity. The government's austerity measures have resulted in widespread protests and discontent.
Crisis.
A time of great disagreement, confusion, or danger when problems must be resolved or critical decisions must be taken.
Examples:
Financial crisis. Crisis management. The Chinese word for crisis comprises two characters, one for danger and the other for opportunity.
Impose.
To officially force a new law, tax, duty, etc., to be obeyed or received.
Examples.
Impose harsher sanctions. Impose tariffs. The problem with achievement tests is the narrowness they impose on students.
Destruction.
The act of causing so much damage to something.
Examples.
Path of destruction. Cyclonic destruction. The extinction of several subspecies has been linked to climate change and habitat destruction.
Arbitrary.
Based on chance, or individual whim rather than any reason.
Examples.
Arbitrary size and shape. The arbitrary rule of a dictator. He collected data to avoid arbitrary decisions.
Deadline.
A date or period by which something must be done.
Examples.
Transfer deadline day. The deadline for applications. No matter what, we must have this done before the deadline.
Inevitable.
Certain to happen and unavoidable.
Examples.
Inevitable changes of the seasons. Inevitable result. In times of recession, an increase in unemployment is inevitable.
Projection.
The act of calculating or guessing, or the state of being estimated, any solid shape or object that juts out from something, an image on a screen cast from something.
Examples.
Draw a projection chart. Projection mapping. The weather forecast includes a projection of the high and low temperatures for the next week.
Debt.
Something, especially money, goods, or services owed by one person to another, the state of owing something.
Examples.
Debt ceiling. Corporate debt. He became in debt after losing his job.
Percentage.
The number, amount, or rate of something, which is usually the amount per 100.
Examples.
The percentage of the gold content. A high percentage. What is the percentage of the consumption tax in the United States?
Dot.
A very small circular mark, especially one that is printed.
Examples.
Connecting the dots. Dot blot method. The wallpaper had a pattern of pink dots on a white surface.
Represent.
To speak, act, or be present on behalf of another person or group, to form or constitute.
Examples.
Represent by a diagram. The characters that represent numbers. We elected him to represent us at the international conference.
Congressional.
Of or relating to Congress, especially to the Congress of the United States.
Examples:
Congressional approval. Suspend a congressional meeting. There was a congressional probe into the scandal.
Congress.
A formal meeting of the representatives of different countries, constituent states, organizations, trade unions, political parties, or other groups.
Examples:
An international congress. Peace Congress. Congress must consider this proposal in an unusual situation.
Investor.
Someone who puts money or capital into something to gain financial returns.
Examples:
Investor lawsuit. A real estate investor. Institutional investors refrained from buying stocks amid the booming economy.
Bond.
A close emotional connection between two or more people, a certificate of debt that a government or corporation issues to raise money.
Examples:
Bond as a family. Global bond market. They had formed a friendship bond.
Buyer.
A person or organization that purchases or acquires goods, property, or services from a seller or vendor.
Examples:
Potential buyer. House buyer. The online marketplace connects buyers with sellers all over the world.
Attempt.
An act or effort of trying to do something, especially something difficult.
Examples:
The attempt to rescue the hostages. A reckless attempt. The third attempt was far more successful.
Government.
The group of people with authority to control a country or state.
Examples:
Government bureaucracy. Government funding. The federal government is planning to increase taxes for the next fiscal year.
Consistent.
Always behaving or happening in the same way, or having the same thoughts, standards, etc.
Examples:
Do on a consistent basis. Get consistent results. You are not consistent in your behavior.
Nation.
A large organized community of people living in a particular country or region and having a particular culture.
Examples:
Nation state. A seafaring nation. The nation of Japan is known for its unique culture and advanced technology.
Gap.
A conspicuous disparity or difference separates something such as a figure, people, their opinions, situation, etc.
Examples:
The gap between ideal and reality. Distance gap. Many people are working together to close the gender gap.
Widen.
To become or make something broader, wider, more extensive.
Examples:
Widen in excitement. Widen a narrowed heart valve. He widened his investigation into a medical clinic.
Graph.
A picture consisting of a line, lines, points, etc., that shows how two or more sets of certain quantities are related to each other.
Examples:
Graph theory. A graph sample. This bar graph shows sales over the past 5 years.
Ugly.
Unattractive in appearance, unpleasant to look at.
Examples:
An ugly sound. Ugly building. The ugly truth was that he had been lying to her for months.
Democracy.
A form of government in which the people have the authority to deliberate and decide legislation, or to choose governing officials to do so.
Examples:
Democracy advocate. Principles of democracy. Democracy often entails inclusive capitalism as well.
Republican.
A person who supports or advocates for a particular form of government, typically one that has an elected head of state rather than a monarch, a member or supporter of the Republican Party in the United States.
Examples:
Republican ideology. Republican Party. Many Republican lawmakers are advocating for stricter immigration policies.
Favorable.
Having a positive or beneficial attitude or effect, expressing approval, support, or agreement.
Examples:
Favorable conditions. Favorable response. The positive reviews were a favorable sign for the new restaurant in town.
Deficit.
The total amount by which money spent is greater than money earned in a particular period of time, the property of being an amount by which something, especially an amount of money, is less than expected or required.
Examples:
Federal budget deficit. An accumulative deficit. Exchange rate fluctuations have increased that country's trade deficit.
Trajectory.
The curved path followed by an object moving through space.
Examples:
Career trajectory. A trajectory missile. The company has shown an excellent growth trajectory over the years.
Disagree.
To have or express a different opinion, idea, etc.
Examples:
Disagree about a particular issue. Disagree with a plan. I disagree for reasons already stated above.
Cynical.
Believing that people are motivated by self-interest, distrustful of human sincerity or integrity.
Examples:
Cynical remarks. Cynical worldview. He was very cynical and didn't believe anything anyone said unless he saw evidence for himself.
Insider.
A person who has privileged access to special or secret information about a particular organization or field.
Examples:
Insider trading. Company insider. He's a Wall Street insider with a lot of valuable information.
Lobby.
A large area inside the entrance of a public building where people can meet and wait. A group of people who try to persuade a politician, the government, or an official group to influence legislation.
Examples:
Lobby for legislation. A hotel lobby. That lobby group actively advocated environmental protection to the government.
Fundamental.
Forming an essential base or core from which everything else develops or is affected.
Examples:
Fundamental education. Fundamental rights. Human behavior has fundamental characteristics.
Philosophy.
The study of general and fundamental questions, such as those about existence, reason, knowledge, values, mind.
Examples:
Philosophy of education. Western philosophy. Ethics is a branch of philosophy.
Amazing.
Extremely surprising, especially in a way that you like or admire.
Examples:
Amazing advances. The most amazing feeling. The golfer recorded an amazing distance.
Engineer.
A person whose job is designing, building, or maintaining something such as machines, structures, or software.
Examples:
A civil engineer. Engineer shortage. The engineer will repair my telephone tomorrow morning.
Unfortunately.
By bad luck, unluckily.
Examples:
Unfortunately caught in a shower. Even more unfortunately. The treatments were done, but, unfortunately, were unsuccessful.
Constantly.
All the time.
Examples:
A constantly innovative enterprise. A constantly varying mind. The mobile application industry is constantly changing.
Scour.
To clean thoroughly and vigorously by scrubbing or rubbing, to search or examine something thoroughly and systematically.
Examples:
Scour a pot. Scour the internet. She had to scour the kitchen to find a clean dish to use for dinner.
Endeavor.
To make an earnest attempt or effort, to strive or work hard towards a goal or objective.
Examples:
Endeavor to succeed. Endeavor as much as possible. We will endeavor to find a solution to the problem as quickly as possible.
Labor.
Productive work, especially physical work done for wages, the people who do manual or physical work in a country or company for wage. Verb, to work hard or to strive and make an effort to reach a goal.
Examples:
seasonal labor, manual labor. In several countries, child labor is a serious social problem.
Machinery.
A group of large machines or the components of a machine that make it work, social institution functions or structure for doing something.
Examples:
heavy machinery, inactive machinery. The machinery of audit formally issued a business improvement order.
Productive.
Resulting in or making a lot or a significant amount of something, especially something of value.
Examples:
low productive capacity, productive meeting. The new employee proved extremely productive, completing projects ahead of schedule.
Temporary.
Not lasting or be used for a very long.
Examples:
a temporary permit, temporary housing. He managed to get temporary jobs during the recession.
Dislocate.
To move out of a position of the bone in a joint, to put out of its usual place, position, or relationship.
Examples:
dislocate my shoulder, dislocate residence. X-rays revealed that several of his joints were dislocated.
Fade.
To vanish, to fade away, to lose color, to lose freshness.
Examples:
fade away almost completely. Fade in importance. My memory will fade, but my heart will live on.
Efficient.
Performing at the highest level of productivity with the least wasted effort or resources, capable of achieving maximum output with minimum wasted effort, time, or materials.
Examples:
efficient operation, energy efficient appliances. The new washing machine is much more efficient than the old one.
Cheat.
To act dishonestly or unfairly to gain an advantage or to deceive someone, to break the rules or laws.
Examples:
cheat on my taxes, cheat in a game. Even though he knew it was wrong, he cheated on the exam.
Depart.
To go away or leave, especially to start a journey.
Examples:
arrive and depart on time. Depart from the faith. We departed before the temperature fell below zero.
Mechanism.
A part of a machine, or a set of parts that performs a task, a natural or established process that occurs during a specific situation or reaction.
Examples:
The mechanism for DNA replication. Defense mechanism. He discovered unique mechanisms for photochemical reactions.
Economical.
Providing a satisfactory return on the money, time, or effort, not using more money, fuel, etc. than necessary.
Examples:
economical use of her time. An economical meal. It is more economical to wash your plastic bottle and reuse it.
Capitalism.
An economic system based on the private ownership of the means of production and their operation for profit.
Examples:
advance capitalism. Under the umbrella of capitalism. Capitalism also guarantees intellectual property rights and thus promotes innovation.
Wealth.
A large amount of money, property, or other things that someone or an organization owns.
Examples:
majority of his wealth. Material wealth. The wealth inequality was unavoidable.
Pile.
A collection of objects positioned one on top of another, a large sum of something, such as money.
Examples:
a sand pile. The height of a pile. After the party, they had to clean up piles of dirty dishes.
Rip.
To tear something or be torn violently or suddenly.
Examples:
rip a notebook apart. Rip a hole in the roof. During transit, the stuff may rip off the luggage tag.
Unproductive.
Not producing or able to produce very much or desired results.
Examples:
in an unproductive manner. Unproductive industries. The negotiations between labor and management were unproductive.
Equitable.
Fair and impartial, treating everyone fairly.
Examples:
in an equitable manner. An equitable price. In a democratic country, governments promote equitable opportunities to participate in society.
Environment.
The natural world such as air, water, and land in which humans, animals, and plants live.
Examples:
environment affairs. Chaotic environment. Every human is responsible for taking care of the Earth's environment.
Racism.
Prejudice, discrimination, or antagonism directed against a person or people based on their membership in a particular ethnic group, typically one that is a minority or marginalized.
Examples:
systemic racism. Research on anti-racism. The school's lack of diversity was a clear indication of the racism present in the community.
Lens.
A transparent optical device with curved sides, Used in an optical instrument that makes objects seem larger, smaller, clearer, etc. Metaphor, the basic thoughts or mindsets through which someone sees or understands the environment or situation.
Examples:
A convex lens. A lens with a wide angle. The photographer took this photo using a telephoto lens.
Stake.
A share or financial investment in something such as a business, a wooden or metal post set up to mark something.
Examples:
Execution by burning at a stake. By the company's stake. The stake of the company is too high nowadays.
Ruin.
To damage, spoil, or demolish something. Noun, an unrecoverable state of devastation and destruction.
Examples:
Ruin the plan. Ruin the reputation. He knocked over the red wine and ruined the tablecloth.
Despair.
The feeling that there is no hope and you cannot do anything to improve a difficult situation.
Examples:
Despair at the future. Untold despair. His friend's death drove him to despair.
Depressed.
Sad and without any hope.
Examples:
Depressed feeling. The market is depressed. After his mother died, he got depressed.
Excite.
To make someone feel suddenly enthusiastic or eager.
Examples:
Excite the crowd. Excite rebellion. The news of her promotion excited her.
Shocking.
Extremely or surprisingly bad, or causing a strong emotional response such as surprise or disgust.
Examples:
Shocking response. Shocking revelation. The news of the accident was shocking and left many in shock.
Moderate.
Being within reasonable limits, not excessive or extreme.
Examples:
Moderate growth. Moderate risk. He had a moderate understanding of the topic but needed further research.
Pragmatic.
Practical rather than idealistic.
Examples:
Pragmatic approach. Pragmatic politics. He was a pragmatic leader who made decisions based on what was practical rather than ideal.
Federal.
Relating to a central government or national authority, refers to government policies, laws, or programs that are implemented at a national level rather than a state or local level.
Examples:
Federal regulations. Federal funding. The federal government announced new regulations to protect the environment.
Security.
The state of being free from danger, risk, or harm, measures taken to protect against threats or attacks, a financial asset, such as a stock or bond that derives value exclusively from the ownership interest or claim to a particular underlying asset or obligation.
Examples:
National security. Security analyst. The building's security system includes cameras, alarms, and security guards.
Defend.
To protect someone or something from attack, criticism, danger, etc.
Examples:
Defend my country. Defend against a threat. International law allows each nation to defend itself when its rights and interests are illegally violated.
Discretionary.
Subject to one's judgment or decision, available for use as needed or desired.
Examples:
Discretionary power. Discretionary fund. The discretionary bonus was a nice surprise for the employees.
Overwhelming.
Very great or intense, so powerful that you cannot fight or react against it.
Examples:
Overwhelming majority. An overwhelming victory. He has shown signs of uneasiness and overwhelming worry.
Chunk.
A thick and solid mass or piece of something.
Examples:
A chunk of money. A tiny chunk of meat. The new startup company carved out a large chunk of the market within a year.
Indigent.
Lacking the necessities of life, especially food and shelter, or lacking the means to acquire them, poor or destitute.
Examples:
Indigent population. Indigent elderly. The charity organization provides aid and support to indigent communities.
Touched.
Affected emotionally or mentally, moved, showing a slight change or alteration.
Examples:
Touched-hearted audience. Emotionally touched by the speech. He gave a touched smile as he read the heartfelt message in the card from his daughter.
Remarkable.
Worthy of attention because unusual or special.
Examples:
Remarkable achievement. The remarkable breadth of knowledge. The election was a remarkable success for the Whigs.
Roughly.
Approximately, but not precisely, with a violent manner.
Examples:
Roughly explain my idea. Roughly speaking. 5 miles is roughly similar to 8 kilometers.
Tweak.
To pinch or squeeze something sharply, to adjust something finely.
Examples:
Tweak his cheek. Tweak the economy. He didn't tweak the plan even though he had time.
Stable.
Firm and steady, not easily moved, disturbed, or changed.
Examples:
In stable condition. Have a stable job. Relations between the two countries have been relatively stable due to the summit meeting.
Fairly.
To a certain extent or degree, without favoring one party in an even-handed manner.
Examples:
Fairly accurate. Have a fairly clear view. He deals fairly with his employees.
Rumor.
A piece of unverified information of uncertain origin that is spread by word of mouth.
Examples:
A false rumor. Rumor mill. There was a baseless rumor that the company was going bankrupt.
Demise.
Death or the end of something.
Examples:
Demise of bureaucracy. Meet their demise. The sudden demise of the king was a shock to everyone and threw the kingdom into chaos.
Greatly.
To an extraordinary extent or degree, very much.
Examples:
Greatly affect the situation. Greatly support that player. They greatly admired our actions.
Exaggerate.
To describe or represent something as better or worse than it is.
Examples:
Exaggerate in degree. Exaggerate story. She exaggerated the extent of her injuries to get more money from the settlement.
Gradual.
Happening slowly over a long period of time or distance, not steep or abrupt.
Examples:
A gradual process. A gradual change. The country experienced a gradual increase in population.
Retirement.
The fact or act of stopping working and leaving one's job.
Examples:
Retirement from politics. Impending retirement. This fund is responsible for disability and retirement benefits.
Eliminate.
To remove or get rid of someone or something.
Examples:
Eliminate contestants. Eliminate sexual barriers. We can eliminate this possibility from those consumptions.
Medical.
Relating to the treatment of illness or injuries, relating to the practice of medicine.
Examples:
A medical opinion. Temporary medical treatment. The medical team worked quickly to save the patient's life.
Contribution.
The act of giving something, especially money, to a particular cause or organization, a voluntary gift as of money or service or ideas made to some worthwhile cause.
Examples:
Make a positive contribution. Contribution to society. His contribution to the charity was a generous donation of money.
Discuss.
To talk about or examine in detail, through conversation or debate, to exchange ideas, opinions, or information on a particular topic.
Examples.
Discuss options. Discuss solutions. We need to discuss the next steps for the project during our meeting tomorrow.
Divide.
To separate or cause to separate into parts or groups.
Examples.
Divide the cake into 2 pieces. Divide money equally. Can you divide 123,321 by 11?
Military.
Relating to or characteristic of members of the armed forces, of or relating to war or warfare.
Examples.
A military operation. A military leader. The military academy was known for its strict discipline and training.
Outweigh.
To be heavier, more significant, or more critical than something.
Examples.
Outweigh the benefit. Outweigh our wishes. The advantages would undoubtedly outweigh the disadvantages.
Vast.
Enormous in size, number, amount, or quantity.
Examples.
Vast majority. Vast desert. A vast audience viewed the broadcast.
Welfare.
The general health, happiness, and prosperous of a person or group.
Examples.
Child welfare. A welfare state. She struggled for years to survive without welfare.
Interior.
The inside or inner part of something, the space within the walls of a building.
Examples.
Interior decoration. Plenty of interior space. The painter focused on the moody interiors of abandoned buildings in his work.
Inducement.
Something that is used to persuade or influence someone to do something, a motive, enticement, or incentive.
Examples.
Financial inducement. Criminal inducement. The company offered a lucrative inducement to attract new employees.
Drill.
A tool or machine used for making round holes or driving fasteners, a training or practice.
Examples.
The drill hit the well. Fire drill. Several military drill programs have become popular methods of exercise.
Doll.
A child's toy that typically represents a human figure, especially a young girl, an attractive woman, a woman who is subservient or passive.
Examples.
Plastic doll. Rag doll. The antique doll was worth thousands of dollars.
Invest.
To put money, effort, time, etc. into something to make a profit or achieve a result.
Examples:
Invest in stocks. Invest capital. The government should view children as national assets and actively invest in them.
Independence.
Freedom from another's or others' control or influence.
Examples:
Financial independence. Independence ceremony. There is nothing more valuable than independence and freedom.
Modern.
Of or belonging to the present time or recent times.
Examples:
Modern poetry. Pre-modern agricultural society. Their headquarters are in a modern skyscraper.
Quarter.
One of 4 equal parts, a fourth part or portion.
Examples:
A quarter mile. End of the first quarter. The unemployment rate in the first quarter was 2.3 percentage points higher than in the previous.
Sliver.
A small, thin, narrow piece or fragment of something, often characterized by its length or its sharpness or thinness, a small portion or amount of something, often used in a metaphorical sense to describe a trace or a hint of something.
Examples:
Sliver of wood. Sliver of metal. I had to be careful not to step on a sliver of glass on the floor.
Libertarian.
A person who believes that people should be free to think and behave as they want and the government should only have a minimal level of control, and a person who advocates those beliefs.
Examples:
Libertarian group. Civil libertarian. Western liberal democracy serves as the foundation for the libertarian philosophy of the media.
Socialist.
Relating to or supporting socialism equals the idea that the wealth and resources of a society should be shared among all members rather than being concentrated in the hands of a small group of individuals or corporations.
Examples:
Socialist regime. Socialist ideology. He is a progressive socialist and believes in the equal distribution of wealth.
Tremendous.
Very great in degree or extent or amount or impact, extremely good.
Examples:
Tremendous amount. Tremendous popularity. We had a tremendous time yesterday.
Overlap.
To partially cover something by going beyond its edge.
Examples:
Overlap one another. Overlap in many areas. There was no overlap between their proposals.
Abortion.
The intentional termination of a pregnancy at an early stage.
Examples:
Abortion doctor. The highly charged issue of abortion. We strongly oppose the abortion ban.
Salt water.
Of or connected with seawater or water containing salt, living in or found in the sea.
Examples:
A saltwater fish. Saltwater crocodile. The ecosystem upstream of the river significantly impacts the saltwater ecosystem downstream.
Freshwater.
Living in, found in, or connecting with water that does not contain salt.
Examples:
Freshwater area. Freshwater aquatic bird. This microbe is a parasite of freshwater fish.
Liberal.
Willing to respect or allow many different types of beliefs or behavior, open-minded.
Examples:
A liberal arts college. Under liberal conditions. He is liberal in his thoughts.
Wed.
To marry someone.
Examples:
Wed my intended. Wed the rich man. The couple will wed after the 10th anniversary.
Snub.
To deliberately ignore, reject, or dismiss someone or something abruptly and rudely, to intentionally withhold attention, recognition, or acknowledgement in a way that is meant to be disrespectful or insulting.
Examples:
Snub a request. Snub a celebrity. He decided to snub his former friend after a major disagreement.
Confer.
To have a meeting or discussion, to come to a decision or agreement or exchange ideas, to bestow something.
Examples:
Confer degree. Confer honor. The leaders of the two countries met to confer on the issue.
Ideology.
A set of beliefs or philosophies that an economic or political system is based on.
Examples:
The ideology of the left. Political ideology. Racial equality is an integral part of democratic ideology.
Phrase.
A group of words that mean something specific when used together.
Examples:
Ready-made phrases. Noun phrase. We bought a Spanish phrase book.
Graduate.
A person who has a first degree from university or college. Verb, to complete the first course of university or college and get a degree.
Examples:
Graduate degree program. Honor graduate. Many employers hire graduate trainees to train as managers.
Doctoral.
Of or relating to doctorate, equals the highest degree from a university, or the achievement of a doctorate.
Examples:
Doctoral program. Doctoral research. She is pursuing a doctoral degree in psychology to become a licensed therapist.
Economics.
The branch of social science that deals with the production, consumption, and transfer of goods and services.
Examples:
Welfare economics. Economics professor. His class will cover an introduction to agricultural economics.
Empirical.
Based on or verifiable by observation or experience rather than theory or pure logic.
Examples:
Empirical research. Empirical philosophy. The study's results were based on empirical evidence gathered from extensive research.
Riddle.
A type of question that describes something in a difficult and confusing way, and that has a surprising answer, often asked as a game.
Examples:
Riddle me a riddle. Solve the riddle. The riddle remains mysterious to us.
Disastrous.
Extremely bad, harmful, or unsuccessful.
Examples:
Have disastrous consequences. Absolutely disastrous effect. The emission of hazardous substances has disastrous effects on the ecology of a region.
Predict.
To state beforehand that something will happen in the future, mainly based on knowledge or experience.
Examples:
Predict the future. Predict when she will arrive. It's notoriously challenging to predict birth rates.
Awful.
Causing fear, dread, or terror, very bad or unpleasant.
Examples:
An awful error. Do awful damage. I regretted making an awful mistake in my final exam.
Profession.
An occupation or vocation requiring advanced education or specialized training.
Examples:
Profession choice. Healthcare profession. Being a doctor is considered a highly respected profession.
Acquire.
To buy or obtain something such as an asset, object, knowledge, etc., for oneself.
Examples:
Acquire knowledge. Acquire a new company. Children acquire language at a fantastic rate.
Degree.
A unit of measurement for angles, temperature, or level of proficiency or achievement, a rank or level of academic or professional attainment.
Examples:
Bachelor's degree. Degree centigrade. She received her degree in psychology from the university.
Modesty.
The quality of being modest equals having or showing a humble estimate of one's merits, importance, etc., which can include humility or shyness, the act of not showing too much of oneself or being overly boastful.
Examples:
Behave with modesty. Modesty panel. Many people with true talent show a sense of modesty rather than arrogance.
Arrogant.
Having or revealing an exaggerated sense of one's importance or abilities.
Examples:
An arrogant attitude. Grow arrogant. He was so arrogant that he thought he was always right.
Assure.
To give confidence or reassurance to someone. To convince or guarantee someone that something will happen or that something is true.
Examples:
Assure safety. Assure quality. I want to assure you that you have my full support.
Impartial.
Not favoring one side or party over another, fair and unbiased in judgment or opinion.
Examples:
Impartial treatment. Impartial observer. The judge made an impartial decision after reviewing all the evidence.
Outcome.
The result or effect of an action, event, etc.
Examples:
Improved student outcomes. A desirable outcome. They awaited news of the outcome of the election.
Organization.
A group of people who work together for a shared purpose.
Examples:
Organization chart. Agricultural organization. She is the president of a large international organization.
Survey.
An investigation of the opinions, behavior, etc. of a particular group of people, made by asking people questions.
Examples:
A comprehensive survey. Recent survey. That survey shows that people are accepting the tax increase to some extent.
Attitude.
The way you think and feel about someone or something.
Examples:
Attitude toward mistakes. Attitude control. She had the attitude that work was fun.
Pew.
A long bench or seating area, typically found in churches, designed to accommodate multiple people during religious services.
Examples:
Empty pew. Wooden pew. The church was filled with people sitting on the pews, listening to the sermon.
Elect.
To choose someone for a specific position by voting for them, to decide or choose to do something.
Examples:
Elect the school board. Elect death. Every 5 years, the provincial governors are elected.
Poll.
An inquiry into public opinion conducted by interviewing a random sample of people, the process of voting at an election.
Examples:
A pre-election poll. Public opinion polls. Several polls show a decline in the president's approval rating.
Ideological.
Relating to or concerned with ideas and theories rather than practical matters.
Examples:
Ideological divide. Ideological differences. The book presents an ideological perspective on the role of government in society.
Encourage.
To give someone support, confidence, or hope, to persuade someone to do or continue to do something by making it easier for them and making them believe it is a good thing to do.
Examples:
Encourage a sense of affinity. Encourage antisocial behavior. They encouraged customers with a premium for loyal patronage.
Redistribute.
To share something among people in a different way.
Examples:
Redistribute income fairly. Redistribute data. The general redistributed the troops more strategically.
Compromise.
To settle a problem or disagreement by mutual concession.
Examples:
Compromise the matter. Cannot compromise anymore. They never compromised on development despite the lack of funds.
Argument.
A set of statements or reasons used to support or refute a proposition or theory, a verbal or physical fight or dispute.
Examples:
A blazing argument. The argument against capital punishment. The argument between the two sides over the proposed policy was heated.
Vague.
Not clearly expressed or understood.
Examples:
Vague idea. Make a vague answer. The vague rumor turned out to be false.
Quest.
A long or challenging search for something.
Examples:
The quest for truth. On a quest for happiness. That adventurer traveled in quest of buried treasure.
Handout.
Giving money, food, or clothing to those who are poor or in need.
Examples:
Plead for handouts. 3-page handout. All those eligible will receive financial handouts.
Radical.
Relating to the essential aspects of anything, far beyond the norm, mainly used of opinions and actions.
Examples:
A radical flaw in the plan. A radical cure. The government established by the coup was more radical than before.
Specific.
Clearly defined or particular to a certain thing or situation, distinct, explicit, and precise.
Examples:
Specific instructions. Industry-specific regulations. The scientist conducted a study that provided specific details about the species' behavior.
Consideration.
The act or process of giving careful thought to something, A fee charged in advance to retain the services of someone.
Examples:
Mature consideration. Take into consideration. We can rule this possibility out from our consideration.
Separate.
To force, take, or pull apart, mark as different.
Examples:
Separate video into chapter. Separate cream from milk. We need to separate the aspect of his personality from the part of his competence when making an investment decision.
Ancient.
Relating to the long ago, particularly the historical period preceding the fall of the Western Roman Empire, very old.
Examples:
Pre-Christian ancient. Ancient stories. They have been living near water since ancient times.
Representative.
Someone who speaks or acts officially on behalf of another person or group of people.
Examples:
An official representative. Sales representative. The media representatives had special passes.
Capture.
To catch a person or an animal and confine them in an area which they cannot escape.
Examples:
Capture a glimpse. Capture customers' hearts. I was able to capture the moment on film.
Process.
A series of actions or operations performed to achieve a particular outcome or goal. A systematic procedure or approach used to accomplish a specific task or objective. A method of treating milk to make it suitable for consumption or use in other dairy products.
Examples:
Process improvement. Decision-making process. The process for applying for a visa can be lengthy and complicated.
Primary.
First or highest in rank, order, or importance, most fundamental or essential, pertaining to the initial or introductory stage of something, such as a school year or election cycle.
Examples:
Primary school. Primary education. The primary cause of the accident was due to the icy road conditions.
Yell.
To shout in a sudden and loud way.
Examples:
Yell for help. Yell as loud as we can. When I asked my father for more money, he became furious and yelled at me.
Adopt.
To choose to follow something, to legally take a child from another family and care for them as if they were one's own.
Examples:
Adopt a child. Adopt a bill. The National Assembly has adopted the budget.
Reserve.
To keep something for future use or contingency, to obtain or arrange something, such as a meeting, seat, etc., in advance.
Examples:
Reserve the right. Reserve a concert ticket. You can easily reserve seats over the telephone.
Vicious.
Having or showing a desire to cause harm to others, having the nature of vice.
Examples:
Vicious attack. Vicious deflationary spiral. The vicious dog barked and growled at anyone who came near its territory.
Constitute.
To be the essential or fundamental elements or parts of something, to establish, appoint, or assign someone to a particular office or position, to make up or compose something.
Examples:
Constitute a threat. Constitute a majority. The new regulations constitute a significant change in the industry standards.
Guarantee.
To promise something will happen formally, especially that certain conditions about a product, service, or transaction would be met.
Examples:
Guarantee a high quality. Guarantee women equality. We cannot guarantee enough raw material sources.
Destroy.
To ruin or damage severely or completely, to eradicate or eliminate completely.
Examples:
Destroy the ecosystem. Destroyed evidence. The building was destroyed in the fire and had to be rebuilt.
Mess.
A state of confusion, dirtiness, or untidiness. Verb, to fail to do something or to make something dirty or untidy.
Examples:
Have a whole mess. Get into a mess. He made a frightful mess in his room.
Individual.
A single person or thing, as distinct from a group.
Examples:
A private individual. Individual freedom. As an individual, he had the right to make his own decisions and live his life as he saw fit.
Depression.
A mental condition in which a person feels very unhappy and without hope for the future, a severe recession in an economy or market.
Examples:
The Great Depression. The root problem of her depression. Depression symptoms might include a decrease in appetite and weight loss.
Currency.
A system of money in general use in a particular country.
Examples:
Currency exchange. Digital currency. The currency used in this country is the euro.
Coordination.
The act of making all the people involved in a plan or activity work together effectively, the ability to control different parts of the body effectively.
Examples:
Data coordination. Loss of muscle coordination. Synchronized swimming needs close coordination between 6 performers.
Presidency.
The office or term of the president of a country or organization.
Examples:
Presidency term. Presidency duties. Her candidacy for the presidency has been met with both support and criticism.
Standing.
Existing or remaining upright, having a vertical position, noun, social, financial, or professional status or reputation.
Examples:
Standing water. His social standing. The standing concert was packed with fans.
Scream.
To give a loud, high shout suddenly, especially because of fear, anger, excitement, etc., to utter or declare in a very loud voice.
Examples:
Scream a profanity. Scream at him to be quiet. She kept screaming for an ambulance.
Scared.
Afraid or frightened.
Examples:
Scared all the time. Scared dog. I'm scared of insects.
Suppose.
To think that something is likely to be actual or possible.
Examples:
Suppose you're right. Suppose beforehand. What do you suppose the culprit's motive was?
Madden.
To make someone extremely angry or irritated, often to the point of losing control or rationality, to become irrational or frenzied with anger or frustration.
Examples:
Madden with rage. Madden the enemy. The slow internet connection maddened him as he tried to stream his favorite show.
Instantly.
Immediately.
Examples:
Instantly cope with. Be killed instantly. I remembered that person instantly and never forgot.
Delay.
To cause something to happen at a later time than originally intended or expected.
Examples:
Delay a flight 3 hours. Delay the new project. We delayed the payment because of an incorrect invoice.
Bedrock.
The solid rock underlying soil or alluvium.
Examples:
Bedrock foundation. Bedrock geology. The bedrock beneath the soil is extremely solid and stable.
Stability.
The quality or attribute of being firm and steadfast.
Examples:
Stability pact. Fiscal stability pact. The policy should increase the country's monetary stability.
Nervous.
Worried and anxious about something, relating to the nerves.
Examples:
Development of the nervous system. Get nervous. He suffers from nervous breakdowns.
Horrible.
Extremely unpleasant or bad, causing fear or disgust.
Examples:
Horrible accident. Horrible smell. The experience was horrible and left a lasting impression.
Calamity.
A serious event that causes damage, injury, or loss.
Examples:
Financial calamity. A dire calamity. The earthquake was a major calamity that left many homeless.
Sustained.
Lasting for a long time or continuing for a long time without becoming weaker or less intense.
Examples:
Sustained economic growth. Sustained release medication. The company experienced sustained growth over the past decade.
Foster.
To promote a growth, to take care of another person's child, usually for a limited time, without becoming their legal parents.
Examples:
Foster a better relationship. Foster 2 kids. The pastor contributed to fostering the sense of a community embracing all classes.
Scare.
To frighten a person or animal, or to become frightened.
Examples:
Scare off her attacker by screaming. Scare the birds away. We hit the ground to scare out the rabbits.
Polarize.
To cause or become divided into two contrasting or opposite groups, opinions, or positions, to create or intensify a sharp division or conflict.
Examples:
Polarize society. Polarize opinions. The controversial new law has the potential to polarize the entire nation.
Existence.
The state or fact of someone or something existing.
Examples:
The biggest tree in existence. The struggle for existence. He was an atheist and therefore did not believe in the existence of heaven or hell.
Religion.
A deep conviction in a supernatural power that controls human destiny.
Examples:
Religion sociology. Freedom of religion. Their religion strictly prohibits them from drinking or gambling.
Mathematics.
The science dealing with the logic of quantities, shapes, spaces, and arrangement.
Examples:
A good grounding in mathematics. Mathematics competition. He has a flair for mathematics.
Solvable.
Capable of being solved or resolved, able to be fixed or resolved with effort, skill, or knowledge.
Examples:
Solvable problem. Mathematically solvable equation. The engineers found the technical glitch in the system was quite solvable with a software update.
Practical.
Of or connected with actual use or real situation rather than with theory and ideas.
Examples:
Practical English. Gain practical experience. Her concept is highly practical and helpful.
Paradoxical.
Seemingly contradictory or absurd because of having two opposite features or facts, though it is probably true.
Examples:
A paradoxical anecdote. Apparently paradoxical. It is paradoxical that the French, who prefer animal foods, live longer than people in other countries.